Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about digital note-taking and planning. You've probably maybe heard about, what is it? Like you heard about it somewhere or saw an image on Instagram and you think, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Well, let me tell you, it is so cool, okay? It is so absolutely cool. I've been a planner for, decades, okay? I'm 47, so I've done it all. And I love planners. I made planners. I loved pens. I mean, like I still don't even use these pens. Do you see these pens? I don't even use them, but I love them. To me now that they're just art. I mean, they represent, I love the colors and how they look, but digital planning and note-taking is quite possibly the best thing I have ever found ever. It takes the best thing about technology and then the act of writing it down, whereas you don't physically have a notebook or a planner. It's all here in this, everything's here. I mean, my email's here, everything is here. It's portable, it's just phenomenal. So what I'm gonna do today is just kind of give you, show you what you can do with it, because there's just so much to explain and there's so much to digest. I've also broken it down into a few parts so you can jump around in my series and see what appeals to you. I will have a video that goes through what do you need like for a setup for this, because it is an investment. So I mean, maybe you already have an iPad and you already have these things and then it'll be minimal, but I'll just go through what I use and what some people recommend. So let's get started. Digital planning and note-taking is not like a calendar app. It's not like iCal or Google Calendar or any of the, like I used to use Pocket Informant a long time ago, you know, where you can take notes on your phone or take, you know, it is not that. Whereas you do have an app, the app that you're using is a app that allows you to annotate on PDFs. Okay, what is that? That means you're writing on a PDF. So it's an app that allows you to take your stylus and physically write on it. You can also type on it too, so you can do both. But I mean, it's really amazing to just be able to write on your iPad. All right, so there are three main PDF annotation apps, annotating apps for the iPad, and that's GoodNotes, Notability, and Noteshelf. And they all have different features. I think they're all really great apps. I personally love GoodNotes because it is the most popular, and so there's a lot more information on it when you're getting started. They have a lot of great videos on their website. If you're on Reddit, there's a Reddit group and people post questions all the time. It's just, I find that there's a lot of information to help you get started in GoodNotes. So, and it's just phenomenal. I love GoodNotes. I also really like Noteshelf. My daughter really loves Notability, but for this purpose, I'm going to show you everything in GoodNotes. Okay. So what you can have in, when you're digitally note-taking is you're writing on paper. You create notebooks and folders just like you would in real life, you know, physically. You can create by size. What kind of size paper do you want? You know, do you want it portrait or landscape? Do you want white paper, beige paper? I mean, there's lots of built-in features when you download the apps that you can choose from to start writing, to start the process. There's not a ton. I mean, it's great for basic, but personally, I mean, obviously, because I'm a designer, I make everything myself. I like notebooks. I like them to look a certain way. I like papers to be a certain way. And so that's what I use. I don't really use so much the built-in features. So right now I'm just going to show you, this is one of the notebooks that I created. Now, very interestingly, you might not know, is that if you choose to buy a notebook or make a notebook, it's unlimited. So you can reuse your paper over and over and over. You can reuse your notebooks over and over and over and over. So you never run out, ever. And there's no waste. And I love that there's no waste. My biggest gripe about notebooks is that I had too many with only like a quarter of them used. And it was just to me, it was such a waste of money. I just would always feel sad, you know? And with notebooks, and planners too, obviously, you know, you make a mistake in it and what do? You know, it's ruined. And with digital planning, you just erase it or copy and paste it. So let me show you how I use it and what all the features that I love about digital planning. So this is my planner. This is actually my personal planner. So in your app, whichever one you choose, but again, we're going to use GoodNotes. Up here, right now I'm in writing mode or reading mode. Reading mode means I can click on these little buttons and then it'll jump to whatever it is. Okay, so I'm going to jump to, I'm going to jump to December. I'm going to jump to November. You know, I'm going to jump to a day in my planner. Let's go back to today, right? So this is reading mode. What day is it today? It's the 14th. All right, then you have a little tool. It allows you to write. In your writing area, you have pens. In your pen, you have different pens, different pen sizes. You can adjust over here the thickness. You can have 3 presets of the sizes that you want. So I'm just gonna quick tip because I write like this. So I'm gonna write, you know, hello, right? So I wrote hello. Oh, but now I realize I don't like hello. So I'm gonna erase it. So there's my eraser. You have 3 different sizes erasers. So I'm gonna erase hello. But then I realized maybe I didn't want to erase it. So there's an undo button. So you can undo what you just did. Okay. Then you can highlight things. So I can highlight my hello. And in the highlighter, you can have different colors, right? We're going to go over the colors again, but I don't like the highlighting, so I can just undo it. You can draw shapes. Right? So I'm going to draw what I think is a square, and it's going to make a perfect square for me. In each of these tools, you have different, in this tool, you have different, you can choose to fill your shape. So I'm going to draw a square, and I'm going to fill it. All right. Now, I don't like either of those, so I'm going to take this lasso tool, and I'm just going to lasso, and I want it gone. So I'm going to circle it, and I'm going to delete it. Okay. Now, let's see, what else can we do with the lasso tool? I can circle my hello, copy it, and I'm going to paste it over here. And I'm going to move it around. But I don't like that hello. I want to change its color. So I'm going to circle it, and I'm going to change it to pink. Okay, the lasso tool is, my favorite tool. Let's say I really, really like the way I wrote hello. I don't, by the way, but let's say I did like it. I'm going to take a screenshot of it, and there it is. And I can save that screenshot, and I can save it to my camera roll, or I could export it and send it to somebody. There's so many different things. Now, I'm going to actually erase these things. Oops, that's not my eraser. Let's erase it. Now we're going to go back. What's our next tool? Photos. Okay, so it's going to bring in my camera roll. Now I have an iPhone. Everything in our house is Apple, so I link everything. So these are all my photos. So I'm going to bring in this photo here. It's a snap that I saved of me and my daughter. We had an 800-day snap streak, so we're pretty happy about that. So there's my photo. I just dragged it in, and then I resized it. Right? I can have it bigger, smaller, I can move it around. That's something you can do with photos. You can also take a picture if you want. I've never actually taken a picture in this app. You can also type. So in your type area, you can set your fonts, your sizes. Do you want it centered? You can set your color. It's pretty cool. You can also import fonts. So one of the fonts that I have imported is remember this, write this down, fonts for Peas, Peas.com, fontsforpeas.com. people submit their handwriting to this lady and her husband, and they turn them into fonts. Now this is free for personal use, and then you can just download all these super, super cool fonts. So this is P. Jane. And now I'm going to up the font size because 10, I have it set at 10, which is really, really small. And I'm gonna type something. Let's see, I'm gonna type hello again because I'm super creative, clearly. And so you can just use your keyboard and you can type things, type as much as you want, okay? But then, oopsies. So you've typed something. Now, I didn't like that, so I'm gonna move it around with my lasso tool. I mean, basically what I'm trying to show you is the things you can do with GoodNotes or any of the apps in digital planning and note-taking. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So now we're going to talk about color. So in your pen tool, right, you have colors. You have 3 preset colors here, but when you click on the color, you're going to, well, they're going to give you a small, like maybe 8 different colors, but you can edit your pen presets and you can add colors. You just have to add in the hex code, right? So I don't know a hex code right now. Oh, yeah, I'll do CCC. And so that's a light gray. So I want to add that to my presets. Okay. And now you're going to see it's right there. You're going to add, you can add any color you want to your presets, which is phenomenal. And the things that I make, and I think other people do this as well, I always include all the hex codes to what I make in case you'd like to match and color coordinate, because I mean, who doesn't want to color coordinate, right? I like to, so I'm going to delete this. Actually, no. Let me get back to the pen presets, the color. So when you're when you're physically writing, you can choose this. Now, when you use text, okay, you can choose your text colors as well, right? And you can't add to presets in your text colors. You can't, there's no hex code here, right? But you can take your handy dandy lasso tool, circle it, and change the color. And then all of the colors that you'd inputted in your pen presets will pop up here. So you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, so that is just a few things you can do. A few of my favorite things in GoodNotes and how I use GoodNotes. So the erasing, the copying, the pasting, but here's some more things that you can do. You can, let's say I want to share this planner page with my husband, right? Well, I won't choose my husband. I'll choose my daughter because she's used to me sending her things. I can use this button up here and I can export my page. I can choose to export it as a PDF. I can choose to export it as an image, or I can choose to export it as a GoodNotes file. So it would be writable for whoever is using it. So if they use GoodNotes, they could receive it and use it as GoodNotes. This is the coolest thing because you can send your PDF and you can print it. You can print, so if you have important things, like for example, well, first you can export it by mail, email, you can send it, save it, I mean, do anything with it, but then you can also print it. And where is now this isn't for sale, this is because I'm redoing it, but let me just show you. So I make printables in my shop as well. And I had made some menu printables a long time ago, and I just pulled it in, and every week I write out my menus. And then because my family, oh my God, they have to like be able to physically see and touch what's going to happen this week. I print it and I keep it in the kitchen for them. And it's just so cool. Like every week I just do my menus and then I can print it. And it looks phenomenal. Actually, hang on 1 second. I'll show you what it looks like. Right? So here it is. Now, again, this is my chicken scratch. Can you see this? But, and this is not technically for sale as a digital item. It's just basically in GoodNotes, you can write on any PDF. You can write on any PDF. So if, you know, any document, you can and write on it. And it's really, really cool. It's just, you're only limited to your mind, basically. So another thing I did is I'm really trying to go paperless, even though I just showed you that I print out my menus, and that's just for my family because everybody needs to see it, and they are not going to come to my iPad every, you know, day to look and see what's on the menu. I was tired of blowing through Post-its around our house. I was just so tired. I mean, I use a Post-it for freaking everything. And so I made a Post-it note template because I'm always on my iPad, or my iPad is always with me, you know, whether it's work or, you know, on the sofa. And anytime I have a thought like buy milk or we need bread, or I just come here and I write on the Post-it, and then the next day I transfer that information to wherever it needs to go. It doesn't need to go to my grocery list or my planner or a notebook or anything. And I have saved, well, I've saved a ton of money on Post-its, but it just, I don't know, it's just, I'm just trying to do my part, right? Like, try not to be wasteful. I just don't want to be wasteful. All right. So what else can I show you? We've talked about printing. Oh, now, everything that I have designed so far is in portrait mode, but because that's how I intuitively use my iPad. But a lot of people use their iPad's landscape, and you can find even in GoodNotes or your whatever app you're using. Let's do that again. You can choose landscape. Okay, so if you always use your notebook in landscape mode, they have that for you. They have everything. And there's tons of, I mean, there's tons of also templates available for sale that do portrait and landscape. It's just what I'm showing you today is all in portrait mode because, again, that's just how I'm using it. Okay, so let's move on. We talked about you can copy and paste. Have I talked about copy and pasting? Let's move in. Let's look at the notebook here. I'm going to show you some other cool things that you can do. So right now I'm in a notebook, and you can have a split screen, okay, in your iPad. All right, so what that is you can pull up additional pages onto your iPad, and I'll have everything that I'm talking about here today. This is really fast, and it's meant to be an overview. So if you're like, well, how did she do that? Don't worry about it. I have separate videos for these things as well. So let's just say right now I pulled up Pinterest, a recipe that I'd like to actually try. And I'd like to, let's say, copy this information and put it into my notebook. Now, again, I'm just showing you this. You can do this for anything. If you're a student and you have textbooks, you can copy and paste information. I do this with stickers, and I'll show that to you in a second. So you can just select the text you want, right? With your hand or your stylus, you can copy it, and then you can paste it into your notebook. Oops, hang on. Then, so here it is, but it's really tiny, right? So I've taken my lasso tool, and I'm gonna resize it so I could make it bigger. All right, well, now that's too big, but you kind of get the idea. All right, so now I've used the text tool to kind of make it more manageable, and now I'm gonna resize it again to make the text bigger. See? So that is just one thing you can do with copying from somewhere else and pasting it into a notebook or your planner or however you choose to use it. You can also do images, which, hang on. Oh my goodness. No, I don't want that. All right, so I'm gonna choose, let's see, holiday clip art. Let's see. Let's search holiday clip art, And now I'm going to go into the images section, and oh, that's a really cute snowman. So I'm going to take him, tap it, and drag. Look at that. Isn't that the coolest? So again, it's really open. It's unlimited possibilities of how you can use all these things work together. And it's so neat, right? It's absolutely crazy. Again, you can have stickers. So we're going to move on. So I just copied and pasted clip art, but you can also send notes to people in stationery, right? So I'm going to write good luck today. Good luck today. Whoops. Okay, I'd write obviously better. And then I'm going to draw a heart, and I'm going to send this to my daughter because it's finals, right? So I'm going to export this page. I'm going to send it as an image because I'm not sending it as a PDF because she's not going to print it. I just want to make sure she gets it. And I'm just going to text it to her. I'm going to send it to my daughter. And that's it. So I use my digital stuff as I can send stationery. You can also, if you're really into stickers and things like that, there's so much out there. There's a lot of free digital stickers, and two, there's a million paid stickers. But the nice thing about stickers is usually they're pretty cheap, the digital stickers, and then they can be reused over and over. It's not like you stuck it down on a piece of paper and you put it in the wrong spot, right? And then you can't peel it off again, and you've just ruined how much money. And then you probably bought a sticker book for like 5 stickers, right? So it was such a waste of money, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. My daughter's texting me back now. I think she realizes that I'm doing this for a video, but I do love you, honey, and I do say good luck today. So yes, you're getting such a tremendous value with digital notes and stickers and all of this stuff because you can copy and paste it. So here's what a sticker would look like to use it. So this is a GoodNotes sticker sheet. I'm going to copy this sticker, and again, I can move it around. Oh, it's copying both of them. So when you use your lasso tool, you can just like lasso the tiniest little corner. You don't have to lasso the whole thing. So I'm going to copy it. We're going to go to my notebook, and we're going to paste it. Wait, is it going to paste? No. Come on, paste. We're going to take that sticker and we're going to paste it, and you can resize it for as big or as little as you want. But the sticker is still there because you can reuse them over and over and over. So if you're somebody that really likes to do all that stuff, you're going to really, really love what's available and what you can do with it. It's just really, really cool. A few other things. So it's completely unlimited when you get into this. The paper's unlimited, the notebooks are unlimited. Obviously, if you're using the GoodNotes stuff, you can create unlimited folders and notebooks and papers. But if you go into Etsy or in somebody's website, and then you can download planners and notebooks and covers, and it's phenomenal. But once you've purchased it, then you get to reuse it over and over. The only thing where you wouldn't reuse it over and over would be like a dated planner, but there's a lot of undated planners out there as well. Another benefit of this digital new life is everything's in your iPad, right? So your planner's in here, your notebooks, however many you want is in your iPad. Your messages, your email, there's a video, you probably have some games. This is what you stick in your purse or briefcase, or, you just carry around with you, and you have everything you need. You have all the pens you could possibly need and the thicknesses. It's just, I tell you, it's life-changing. Now in the next video, I'm going to talk about setup. What do you need? So I know it's just so much information, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a overview of what you can do with, with it, because it's so cool. And I hope you're as excited about it as I still am excited about it, right? And I've been doing this for almost a year, and it's just, I hope you love it. So obviously, if you have any questions, message me. I am happy to help. I want to help. If there's something you want me to expand upon that I haven't made a video on already, let me know and I will quick make one for you. I know I'm kind of all over the place. It's just that there's just so much to share. So I really hope it gave you a general idea of what you can do with it and how cool it is. So stick around for part 2 of the Beginner's Guide to Digital Notebooks. The next part is going to be, what do you need? Thanks, guys. Bye.